Hi, here I am. I'm going to help you put together a sculpture today. It's the Liverpool ballerina. I built it in Seattle, Washington. What we're going to need is a level. This one works. Doesn't need to be too long. Some sort of shovel. Little trowel will help you out, do some handwork, keep you out of it. And you're going to want some sort of hammer. Just about any hammer will work, but a little heavier, blunt end for chinking underneath the stone to make it so it stays. It's pretty dense material underneath your base. I'll stand you up and show you what we're going to assemble. It's here on this pallet. Should come about like that. It'll have a box around it, more of like a crate-like. And I'm going to set you back down and we'll set it up. First, you're going to start by looking for the place where you want to have the sculpture installed. I'm just going to use the middle of the driveway here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over and make an area as level as possible. And you want to start by making some sort of footing. So if it's mulch or topsoil, it's really not a good material to use because it's organic versus being something that's stronger like rock or sand or stone dust. So this material is pretty well packed, so I'm going to dig down a little bit and make it level. And I'll show you a little bit of that. But you can see how hard the material is that I'm using to make the base on. And basically, what you put under the base stone for this sculpture should be that hard. Might be better to get a piece of bluestone or something you'd make a terrace with, or a piece of concrete and pour a footing and make it perfectly level. So the stronger it is, the less likely it is that it will ever move with frost or in the future with different weather conditions. The area appears to be quite level now, and I'm going to move the base over and shore it up. You can use small rocks, chink them underneath the edge of the sculpture if it's going on an organic surface. It's quite secure now. Now, you may want to bury that stone 4 or 5 inches, 10 centimeters, 12 centimeters, all the way up to the base if you like, if you want the sculpture to appear like it's standing on the ground. It's kind of more attractive, but basically, if that stone moves, the sculpture might fall over. Now I'm going to take the legs and the bottom of it the legs and the skirt and install them on top of that. And that way we can find out which direction we want the sculpture to face. And according to the stone, as long as she's shored up and well, then we might have to move the base again. This is a spacer that goes between the pin that comes out of the bottom of the leg of the sculpture and goes into the base itself. It's just a spring, but we're going to put it over the pin and then put the pin with the spacer on it into the base. There we go. Furthermore, I'll show you the extra step that we're going to do for a final installation down the road. We're going to put some epoxy on the bottom of the leg. She stands up quite well now. You can have a little bit of maneuverability in turning her if you like. But I'm going to go ahead and put the body and head and arms on, and you'll see basically what the simple installation would entail if you don't secure the sculpture together. I wouldn't recommend gluing the body and the arms and head onto the skirt, because gravity will do its job, and as long as the legs and skirt and base never move, the body will never fall off. You can't really push it off. There is a pin between the two. You can see the pin right there sticking out of the skirt, and basically I'm just going to carry the body and arms over. I'll show you a small notched out part on the body here. You can see right here, if you look at the shape of the bottom, this is the most distinguished part that is going to line up on the base right here. So that way you know which is the front and which is the back. I mean, there isn't really a front or a back, but you definitely know which goes where. So here we go. Well, there you go. She's standing up quite straight, and you know, you'll be able to feel if she looks like she's going to fall over. Basically, the top of her head should be right above the bottom of her lower foot. This, see, how do I do this? Right there and right there should be pretty much directly over each other. It's quite straightforward. There really shouldn't be any question.